welcome to We the People, or should we say welcome to We the Tweeple. Tweeple being an informal term that refers to the ever-increasing, ever-growing community on the popular micro-blogging site Twitter. One thing is clear, even naysayers now have taken to social media networks. On We the Tweeple today, we examine how has this particular form of communication changed our lives. Well, like in real life, there are all kinds of people on Twitter and Facebook as well. We're hoping to bring you a cross-section of those voices today as we examine whether the social media is making voyeurs and exhibitionists of us all. And also, is it changing the way politics will unfold in India? I want to start with somebody who is a politician, but was on Twitter pretty soon. Derek, I mean, you were on Twitter before you were a member of parliament.
Yes.
Now that you are an MP, slightly more nervous about being there?
No. Not at all nervous.
You paused just a little bit there before answering.
I was thinking whether to say no or no.
Fine difference there, yeah.
Yeah. No, not nervous, but I think on Twitter, for me, the key thing is that those 50,000 or 70,000 people are not your followers, because the word they use is followers.
Yeah, it's a bit of a misnomer, isn't it?
Absolute misnomer, that they are actually observers, okay? And whenever I send out a tweet, I key it in and I never tweet it out till 5 minutes, 7 minutes, then I look around, walk around, and then I tweet. Otherwise, you can get into problems like cattle class, or more recently, KBC. You know what KBC is, no?
You tell us.
Or Kiran Bedi controversy. You know, Kiran Bedi started tweeting about 6 months ago with like 2,000, 3,000 followers, and she now has... I think the other thing on Twitter is your number of followers is directly proportional to the controversy you get into. Yeah, look at the track record. Yeah. So I'm very happy with my 50,000 followers, but zero controversy so far.
So you're saying you're actually careful that you should not be reactive and not be instantaneous, because the medium actually draws and taps into that very side.
See, it's like, Barkha, two things. One is it's a great medium to listen. And two is Twitter is like going to a picnic and enjoying this wonderful Sunday with a tiger. Okay? But then as the story goes, at the end, the tiger may just, eats you up.
Chandan, you're not on Twitter. And the BJP had a few things to say when the cattle class controversy erupted. But we are seeing other leaders of the BJP now. Sushma Swaraj, for example, not just is she on Twitter, but when that whole dispute happened over the raising of the flag, the flag yatra, as it were, in Jammu and Kashmir, she tweeted through it. But many of you remain somewhat skeptical, would that be the word? Or indifferent?
No, I wouldn't say I'm indifferent. I was on the verge of joining this People League when my friend Shashi Tharoor got sacked from the... So then I thought that this is a very dangerous medium. And I have thereafter always been wary that I might be tempted. You get a provocative tweet from someone, and like Shashi Tharoor, I may see, just on that provocative note, say, yes, in deference to our holy cows, and then all hell will break loose. And so I have been a bit wary of what I think is a bit unnecessary, avoidable controversy. And 140 characters in any case, for a print journalist, is very restrictive, let me tell you. Not perhaps for TV people who have to give 5-second and 10-second bites. So I use Facebook once in a while. But in any case, as a journalist, I have my forums. Whatever I have to say, I can put out. So
you find it potentially dangerous with not enough returns?
Yeah, I think it is a bit dangerous. One has to have a lot of self-control, which basically I think I don't have, in the sense that, when I come to a TV studio, one fights, argues, and I'm tempted that I may do that on Twitter.
So what if you did? I mean, I fight and argue all the time on Twitter.
Yeah, I know that.
I will respond to everybody who irritates me.
I know that, but then, you are responsible only to NDTV. Yeah. I am responsible to Parliament, to my party, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And people take exception for all kinds of weird things. So I would rather not get into too much trouble on that.
I just want to ask you from one to the other. What's the weirdest thing somebody's ever said to you on Twitter, Derek?
The weirdest things is people think you can have instant solutions to the problems of West Bengal on Twitter. Like, do this something in this district, act now or else. But Barkha, I'm not like you and a few others. I don't react. So I think the best thing is not to react. But I've been dying to ask one quiz question to my dear friend Chandanda is, Narendra Modi.
He's on Twitter.
On Twitter. And Sushma Swaraj is also on Twitter. But I really want to know, I'm intrigued, because they are the only two people on Twitter I know who have followers, but they follow no one.
They are leaders. They are leaders. They are not followers. They are followed. What about you? You also have followers.
Everyone has followers, and everyone has followers, and everyone follows people.
I'm going to bail out Chandan there and say, you're being naughty. You're being naughty.
You follow anyone? You follow?
I follow
200 people.
100 odd.
100 odd. I follow 6. You come on, I'll follow. Let's get him on Twitter.
All right, let's
get him on Twitter. We'll follow.
From this program, we're going to open a Twitter account for Chandan. Kabir, how wary of you were you before getting on? You know, somebody, a sociologist once said that Twitter's a forum where private egos play out in a public space. Do you think that you find that there's an element of exhibitionism, an element of voyeurism, an element of showing off, an element of all of us using it as perennial broadcasters?
It reflects all of these things, because human beings are on there, and it's going to reflect all the human attributes. Chandan's attitude is what Harry Truman used to say: I was never hurt by anything I never said. So
you think he's being too careful?
Far too careful. Okay. I think this is a medium to be celebrated, and really
all gagged up against.
But you know, more than anything else, Barkha, I just want to step back a minute and marvel at this incredible phenomenon that's happened.
So do you think our politicians are behind the curve? I mean, I sometimes call them communication dinosaurs, because the world is changing and our politicians haven't changed fast enough.
I think the power of this medium has absolutely blown me away. I was a very reluctant joiner. I'm a fairly recent joiner to this. My life partner and companion, Parveen, was the one who constantly tweeted. I, in fact, started calling her Tweety. So let me get on to this. So from about early this year, I've joined, but I have been blown away by what I've seen out there, by the sheer power of the media, by anything that I, in my little world, say and goes out and has picked up and amplified and repeated. At least it gives me an incredible record of my own thoughts during the course of my life and things that matter to me. So in that sense, it's also a great historical document.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.